Hey folks, this is IOEther, and we're back playing some more World of Tanks. So we have Masurus again, whose name apparently I have been pronouncing correctly. Woot! He's in his Tiger. This tank. This is Fjord's stand battle. It's a tier 7 battle. Looks like it's majority of it is tier 7. Sadly, their team has a couple of really unlucky tier 5s and a tier 2. Somebody doesn't understand the platooning system, and so they have a tier 2 platooned up with a tier 5 who managed to pull tier 7 battle, so that poor guy's in trouble. Our team, we have a couple of tier 6s and the only tier 5 being a scout tank. Matchmaker was off its pills this morning. Okay, so we have the ELC pushing a Tiger. Why, I don't know, because this makes absolutely no sense. The Tiger can go on its own. An ELC is much better suited somewhere else. Go away. Thank you. The Tiger is a pretty awesome little tank. But I never did like it because of its armor potential. It pretty much is a medium heavy tank. It looks like a heavy tank. It has the the health of a heavy tank. Has a decent chunk of armor, especially on the front, but everything else about it is not a heavy tank. Now, if its armor is sloped, therefore, if you can penetrate its armor value, you can just whiff shots straight through it and turn it into Swiss cheese. It does have an incredibly powerful gun, though, as you're watching. This thing will destroy other tanks if you let it. And it has quite a decent bit of speed now that they buffed it. Since the last update, whatever. This is an 8.8 replay. So, yeah, since the last update, it has speed buff, and it has now turned into quite a decent tank. I actually want to get my hands on one of these eventually. I took the line of the Tiger B, which was a lot more fun when it came out, as it actually had frontal armor. A lot more frontal armor. Anyways, so Masurus is moving upfield, as you can tell. This is a spot that normally the mediums try to push on because they're fast enough to get here without being hit. But he's got a scout in a... He's a 4? I don't know, he's got a scout tank up in front of him that I can't tell what exactly it is. Oh, it was a Panzer IV, that's what it was. And so it's lighting up these guys, and he's shooting them. Now, right now, they're actually being spotted by the T-29 and IS-3 that are behind him, or down along the F line, and he's letting Masurus just unload into these guys. And because he's above them and he can see them, they're having a hard time getting shots back up at him. Whereas he's putting shots through the weak spots, and if he wants to, he can put shots through the top of their turrets, because he is high enough up on some of these ISs. There's a weak spot just above the gun on a lot of IS tanks. Unfortunately, he's starting to not go through, and you never really want to trade shots with an IS, because even fully angled, which is how the Tiger was, Masurus had the Tiger perfectly angled. However, each and every shot went straight through it because, well, 100 frontal armor isn't going to stop an IS shot. It'll stop some things if it's fully angled, but not an IS. So now we have these guys who charge up the F line are in trouble. They had enemies circle around behind them. There's still a T-29 missing somewhere. I'm thinking it probably limped back to base, or it's at the south tip of the peninsula. Either way, it's not here. So Masurus is going to poke around this corner. Now the T-1 Heavy isn't an issue. It's pretty much something you can ignore, but the other Tiger is going to be a problem. It's only going to take a couple more shots to kill that. Oh, there's the T-29. Now we're going to be in some trouble. However, that is why everyone needs to buy a fire extinguisher. Because that Tiger just got one-shotted from about 500 health by another Tiger. And what happened was he shot through the front of him. German tanks, that's where your transmission is, in front of your tank. So if you get shot there, sometimes, often, you get lit on fire. You will burn to death by a fire extinguisher. If you're doing something competitive, like a tank company battle or clan wars, you better have an automatic fire extinguisher. I will kill you if I find a video that says you do not have automatic fire extinguisher in a competitive game. Unless, of course, you're playing me, in which case, don't bother bringing one. It'll be fine. So, our girl is in trouble. He's probably going to die unless he has some really sweet moves on him. Masurus is trying desperately to get back. Oh, there goes the Grail. We're not really surprised. But either way, it's going to be... These guys are both going to die because there isn't a whole lot they can do to a Tiger. Now, the T-43 could potentially lure it into a position where he could circle it. The Egg Panther was never going to do anything particularly helpful in that situation. Oh, and we found the other Tiger, and he just wandered into range. That's one of the things with the Tiger. You really do need to be able to get the element of surprise on your enemies. It also helps when they decide to present their side armor to you and give you clean shots at their rear end. That poor guy is dead now. Oh, he didn't take his tracks off. It doesn't really matter. That's game. And that's Radley Walters. Yeah. Almost 1700 experience. Radley Walters, Steel Wall, and of course the Top Gun. Though he damaged a lot more than just the guys he killed, he put enough shots into one of the ISs to drop it to 5 health, and somebody else cleaned up that kill. He's top of the board in experience, but that's not really surprising. What is surprising is by how much he's top of the board. That EOC that was pushing him got 3rd place with 600 base experience. Masurus got 1600 base experience. No one else even comes close. The next closest is 700 experience behind him. 4,582 damage. That's pretty sweet. 29 shots fired, 26 hits, 21 shots went straight through. That's really quite accurate. That's the strength of this Tiger right there. The accuracy of the gun and the power behind it. For a total of, well, 4.5k damage. And that's what a Tiger does, if you let it do it. Just keeps dishing out damage. Now, he's received 11 total hits, which is why he got the Steel Wall, because he's not dead. Steel Wall and Tiger is not something that goes together very often. 1900 potential damage received. For a 6-minute game, this was pretty amazing. Now, if he'd had premium, he would have made a whole lot more money and a whole more experience, but 6-minute game, nets him 33k after ammunition and vehicle repair, and 1600 experience. Good game. Thank you so much for sending it in, Masurus. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and hitting that like or subscribe button. I will see you guys next time. This is IOE Throughout.